Hi, team. I'm Fitz, one of your race announcers and host of the Buffalo Marathon Show. And boy, do we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. We had an incredible weekend in Buffalo with all of the Buffalonians and the people from all around America and beyond. And just an incredible weekend, jam-packed with fun stuff to do within the races and then outside, because Buffalo is just a cool place, surrounded by other cool places. So I am going to bring in the other half of Team Noisy, my junior poobah, Rudy Novotny.
Junior poobah here. Hey, Fitz, how you doing?
Great. I'm glad you're wearing your jersey too. Have you been wearing it since the weekend?
I am, and I have. Yeah, number 7, which I understand there's no active player with number 7. So
no. When they asked me what number I wanted, I said 13 because that was my soccer number. Did you think lucky number 7?
Yeah, or something. I don't know what I was thinking.
Or something. Okay. Hey, Kim Ann she jumped the gun, and I'm so happy she did. Folks, if you would like to comment, share your memories, ask questions, use the comment section wherever we are, and we'll bring all the appropriate comments on the show. And we're so happy you had a good time, Kim. We did too. And I'm going to bring in our race directors at the same time, because why not? Mr. Rich Clark and Greg Weber. Hi, guys.
Hola.
Hey, everybody. How are you?
Good.
We're great. Have you guys slept?
I have.
I fell
exhausted.
I fell asleep at 7 o'clock last night and woke up at 4:55 this morning. So I got some good sleep finally.
Nice.
Well deserved.
He doesn't look any better, but he got some good sleep.
Yeah, touche, Greg. Touche.
More gorgeous than ever. We've got a message from Babs, who came in from, actually, she's a Bostonian, but came in from Disney, cut her Disney trip short to be in Buffalo, and she had a great time. What was I going to say? If you took part in our weekend, use the comment section to tell us what you participated in and what your favorite part was. So, Greg, what do you have to say about this weekend?
What do I have to say about this weekend? I don't know that I can wrap it up in a word. You told me to be short and brief. Let me say, it was beyond words, sensational and fantastic, but I am biased.
I think it was beyond words, sensational and fantastic. What about you, Rich?
It was great to be back at the helm of a normal-sized race again, seeing all those smiling faces and seeing those mini marathoners completing their journey, including the younger kids who decided to take off running without me.
Yeah, I love it. We had so much fun. In fact, I'm going to let you give your 2 cents, Rudy. We'll go through some comments, and then I say we start at the start and kick things off talking about Saturday's events. Hey, Shannon. So, Rudy, what are your thoughts on this weekend?
I just thought it was an amazing weekend. I think, what do we have? 43 states? I want to find out the 7 states that weren't there. We want to contact their senators or congressmen or, know, something like that. So they're there next year. I think there were 13 foreign countries. It was just a great weekend. The weather was threatening to be a little less than great, and it just turned out to be just wonderful. Had a great time. So many different things going on. We'll talk about all that. And it was super host Greg Weber just made us feel super comfortable, and it was just a super fun weekend.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that scratch in my car, but we'll do that later.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we did Rudy and I borrowed Greg's car to go to Niagara Falls, which is one of the cool things. If people are from thinking, oh, should I go run Buffalo? Yes, because the races are extraordinary. But Niagara Falls is 20 minutes away. And each time I've come to Buffalo, we always do something different at the falls. You could just walk and view. You can go on Maid of the Mist. We chose to do Cave of the Winds, which was definitely the most exciting thing I've done there.
Super cool. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah, all the water.
My shoes are still wet.
As they should be. You should have borrowed the free sandals.
Yeah. Hey, next time you come, you can do the helicopter. Rich knows the owner of that one.
Ooh, I'm in.
I hear there's a speedboat that takes you in circles nearby or something like that. Is that true?
Yeah, that's further down, but you'll have to come back in August. It's better to do that in August when the water's warm because the water fills up in the boat up to about here.
Sounds fantastic. So Crystal Marie had such a great time. She already registered for 2023, and didn't registration open today?
Registration open today, and we've already got, I don't know, 26, 30 people registered, and one heart-to-heart who's already raised $60.
Wow.
Yes.
Go get her. I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Yeah, people are very, very happy with this weekend. All smiling faces. And as Rudy and I bounce around the country announcing races, we know that sometimes things don't go just perfectly, but I think everything went pretty much perfectly this weekend. So let's start at the start on Saturday. First race was the 5K, and we had a bunch of happy customers.
Well, let's take one step back to registration for a second.
Okay.
Just because people sometimes watch the beginning of this. Right now, today, and until the next price increase, this is the cheapest you're going to be able to register. We are not offering discounts, coupon codes, Black Friday sales, Christmas sales, birthday sales, any of that. It is what it is. It is what it's on the website. And the price you see is the price you pay. We pay all the admin costs and all the processing fees. So if you see $90 on the website, that's what you're going to see at checkout, provided you don't buy merch.
But we hope they do. And merch is actually on the website right now. And we sold out of everything instantly because it was all so great. So if you walked away without the shirt or jacket you wanted to have, go to buffalomarathon.org. It's on sale now.
And I told you we had 26 people registered. That was of a few minutes ago. We're up to 65.
Wow. Greg, do you know offhand what the half marathon and marathon fees are?
$90 and $105.
90 and 105.
Yeah, that's really impressive prices for those distances for sure. All right, so let's go to the 5K. I loved our anthem singer. What was his name?
Josh Vacanti.
Josh Vacanti, and he was
win
on
the Voice? Do I have to send you a script for this show? He was on the.
All right.
It's not their shower outside. It is laminated.
Go on.
Yeah, he was what? He came in 8th on The Voice with John Legend, and my daughter looked at me when he was done and said, "That is the best I've ever heard." So he was good, and then he jumped off the stage and ran in the race.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He truly was.
Yeah, I thought that was an uptown way to kick off the weekend. He was fantastic, and the fact that he ran was really fantastic as well. Our athletes were diverse, and we had the super speedsters. In fact, what we had that was just totally unique for the 5K is our overall champion, number 1 and number 2, were women.
Oh, that's right.
Where was I?
2 women, 1 and 2.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And
do you have to give them 2 trophies?
No, you don't. However, it's awesome. I mean, the reality is statistically men are faster, stronger, jump higher, all that stuff. So it's very unique for us to see a woman take the overall prize and not only the first place, but second place. That was really exciting. They were lovely.
We had some unique first place finishers this week, but we'll get to that.
That's right. So I really love the 5K because it's so family friendly. And for all the people who think, I can't do a race, baloney, just come on out and walk the 5K. Stroll, saunter, strut. It doesn't matter. You can crawl the thing. Just go from point A to point B. It's the perfect family friendly event.
Yep. And what was leading the 5K?
Well, the weirdest, most wonderful pace car we've ever seen.
That's right.
The weird grocery cart, shopper chopper.
Our 9-foot tall shopping cart.
That thing is truly incredible. That is impressive. Do you have any idea what kind of horsepower that thing has?
Rich?
More than 1.
No, really. I mean, it looks like a dragster engine. I mean, that's a huge deal. Big slick tires in the back. Thing is incredible.
Yeah, I never asked him how much horsepower.
Okay.
And then
we only asked him if he had enough gas to get all the way around the course.
Yes.
And so that was sponsored by Tops Friendly Markets. But we know that man takes this shopper chopper to other events around the country. Can he drive the grocery cart on the highway?
Yes, it's street legal.
It is street legal.
That's how he gets around.
And if you saw the license plate on the back, it says big cart.
Yeah.
So he literally drives the grocery cart on the highway to, say, Philadelphia the next weekend.
No.
He
He trailers it. He trailers
He
it.
trailers it. Yeah. It doesn't go long distance.
That would make people crash. If I saw a big old grocery cart like cruising down I-75.
Really, that thing's behind you, right on your bumper.
It passes you, yeah. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see. I hope we can have him back next year. We'll have pictures up on the website. We've been having some technical difficulties getting some of our pictures loaded. Our photographer, who is an award-winning photojournalist.
Yeah, and I wasn't involved.
Yeah, he wasn't involved. He gave me no fewer than 12,000 pictures. So we ran out of space on Google Drive. We almost crashed the cloud. So we're getting that rectified, and they're being copied right now so that we can go through them. But Fitz, you would love it. I have like a series of pictures of you, and every time I see you, where I would take one, he took 30. So we can see every movement of it.
Yeah.
Jim McCoy. Yeah, that's too much Fitz Kohler, by the way.
That's what the photographers do with Fitz. And then there'll be one of me and 87 of her. And then maybe another one of me, maybe.
I didn't see any of you, Rudy.
Yeah, there we go. There's my point. Got it.
That's because you never know what's going to happen next, right?
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
Got it.
I try to keep it interesting. There were little kids with bubble. That was cute. Okay, so 5K was fantastic, and that's something everyone in the community everyone in Buffalo should take part in next year, whether they're fit or not. We need 100% participate from all Buffalo residents. But next up, we start with my favorite events, and I think Rich's favorite events too, the mini marathon with our little Buffaloes. How many kids did we have?
350 this year. 352 this year.
So flipping cute. And we start them all in waves of maybe a dozen at the time. And boy, are they.
You can keep them under control. You start them in waves of 12 at a time.
Yes.
Rich, first two groups are excellent.
First two.
They were very well behaved.
Then the third group, I tried to just get them back up to the start line. So they turned around, started walking backward. One kid took off running, and they all followed him.
And they ran inside the course, not on the course.
And I ran around the other way around the building to cut them off. But by the time I got there, they were already around the fence going to the finish line.
So funny. Yeah, and they're very intense about their races. We think it's out just, kids' races are so much fun. These kids are out for blood.
Well, the kids are intense about it. The parents are pretty intense about it too.
But we did rectify it. We had them run the right course.
We did.
We brought them all back and lined them up again.
That's right. But they're so cute. We've got the 3-year-olds, 3 and under, which is precious, and the 4 and 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the kids tripped, so he ended up being my kid. So I got to hold and hug a kid for a few minutes until his grandma came to get him. So I don't want them to fall, but if they do, I don't mind getting to hug the children.
The police are still looking for you. They think you tripped.
Nice.
I would not trip them. But again, if one just lands right in front of me, their only thing to do is pick that child up and give it a squeeze and tell it I love it. But yeah, the kids' races were extraordinary. And then we had the babies. I thought the babies were the highlight of the weekend.
98 of them, 96 or 98 of them. So
that was huge. That thing was that was amazing.
Yeah, we had a pack, and then I guess we only had half of our normal mat, but it was 26.2 feet long. Normally we have 8 lanes. This time we had 3 lanes going, and those babies were just adorable. We went 3 at a time, and parents now are giving the best names because we had Adonis, we had Cyrus, and Hazel, and Blueberry, and I don't know.
And I can tell you, I talked to Kirsten, the race director from Calgary Stampede today, and we were emailing back and forth. She goes, I think we're going to steal your diaper dash. And I said, you're not stealing anything, man. Have it. I sent her the carpeting. And so, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. You know what? The more races that get into this stuff, I truly believe the rising tide raises all ships. You know, let's get these kids involved in 10 races a year, not just one. So for sure, babies. And plus babies are really little slackers. They need to have some motivation to work out. Don't you agree, Rich?
Little slackers. Yeah.
Really?
I told all the kids.
That was Fitz Kohler,
all the
everybody.
kids. I told all the kids, when you're done, you got to make sure you ask your parents for ice cream.
Nice. That was good. That was good planning. We're trying. We got our healthy event. You're like, ask your parents for the free beer after the show.
Root beer.
Root beer. That's right. No, they were so cute, and some of the babies could walk, and then some of them just stared there and gave their parents confused looks. Like, I don't know what you want me to do here, pal, but comfortable right in this spot. And that our final athletes were twins. They might have been about 8 months. I think it was Aiden and Andrew, and it was a mom. She just had 2 in each arm, and she was helpless. So everybody pitched in to get these boys across. Aiden and Adam, I think they were very cute. But yay babies, and all the babies got their little Buffalo Marathon bib. It was an actual bib to drool on. You may consider doing that for the grown-ups someday too, because I think that might come in handy.
I'm surprised a grown-up hasn't shown up in a diaper yet.
Right. I want and demanded an equal opportunity to run that course.
Identifying as a baby. This is my distance, 26.2 feet. I'm going to do it. We are terrible. People are going to start yelling at us right now with our stupid.
I think before you move on to the next event, and this is one of those things what we cram into 60 minutes, right? You know, it's I guess the thing, and you guys can attest to it. I think I asked Rudy while we're there. There's probably not another race that's 5,000 to 7,000 people or 27,000 people that have as many events going on the weekend as we do.
Yeah.
So we did take, for the first time this year, we generally plan 350 kids. The way Rich launches them, it's just a good number, and it takes the right amount of time. We packed an additional 150 bags because the race is sponsored by Dick's and Sporting Goods, and then the John R. O'Shea Children's Foundation or Hospital. We packed another 150 bags and sent them with medals and all the swag the kids got to the hospital today. Aww. So yeah, there you go. They've got their.
And they got those today?
They got those today. We brought them.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we took, as we talk about the events, in April, we closed registration for the 5K, and we opened up 100 community slots that were, the registration at that point was $35, I think, when we closed it. And we opened up the community slots at $75. And we had 100 people register for that. And then we turned around and wrote a check to Children's for $7,500 today, in addition to all the bags we brought the kids.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun. It's nice to support the hospital, and they're a big supporter of ours.
Yeah,
I and Rich too. We wanted to stage races in the hallways, arch and a start line, and they said no. They said a lot of the kids are pretty sick. And we're like,
imagine that.
Yeah, you know why they're here, right? And we're like, yeah, but wouldn't it be fun? I didn't say anything about fireworks.
Right.
Fireworks or pyrotechnics.
And just by the way, as I'm going to drive this right to 8:00, you started on Saturday. The fun began on Friday.
Okay. Yes, you're right. Sorry. Go ahead.
We had a VIP party on Friday, and the whole purpose of the party was for somebody's birthday. Where's the picture of that?
That is right. Where is the picture of that, Greg Weber? I've been waiting for those pictures all day.
I didn't get that picture. Somebody's got it. I don't know that I have it on my phone, but it was Fitz Kohler's 29th birthday.
That's right. Again.
And she got a cake with of course, pyro sparkler on it, provided by our pyro guy and Matt Shaw. And I mean, I think it was a surprise.
It was.
Don't forget about the pedal party we had too.
Oh, that's right. We had slow roll pedal party rolling through Buffalo on Friday night, and we had a happy hour that we finally got going that we're going to do again next year, but next year it's going to be a 0.0K party. The goal is to have a start arch, walk across it, and you're done.
I love it.
And get a tumbler.
I like that. Yeah, that's very nice. People will come out for stuff, right? For swag and beverages.
Yep.
Yeah. Friday was very nice. Thank you so much for my birthday song and cake. And I am now 300 pounds heavier because of all the cupcakes and cakes. I popped. But yeah, that was wonderful.
Cake and cupcakes courtesy of Tops Friendly Market.
Yeah.
There you go. Rich and I are constantly plugging the sponsors.
Those were excellent, though. Those cupcakes were yummy.
Yeah, it was actually nice to be able to go share the cupcakes with everybody at the party. But thank you very much. The warm wishes were appreciated. And then how many people participate in the
I got
party?
no cupcakes. I got no cupcake love.
You were offered a cupcake.
Uh-huh.
Go on, the pedal party.
I don't know how many people were in the pedal party this year. I never made it. I was supposed to be at the finish line to talk to them at 8:30, and I never made it. I was still at the VIP party.
6,281.
I love it. That's the perfect answer. Big old pedal party. All right. So Friday was fun. Everybody knows this, but we had the babies, and that was pretty cute. Again, we processed 100 babies in a short amount of time. And so many people that had no baby, didn't know any baby, have never met a baby. They just stuck around to watch the races because it was such a funny experience, right?
It was 33 waves of babies.
33 waves of babies. Some were slackers, some were real go-getters, but whatever. We're going to work on those babies. We're going to get to 100% next year. Okay. And then we had the Ruffalo Stampede, which is
sponsored by Tito's.
Sponsored by Tito's, led by the grocery cart, except the grocery cart chopper now had a cat, a big human with
that's right.
cat head in the back. But we had about 100 dogs, right?
100, yeah, it was about 100.
Yep.
And that's another event. I missed the entire. I have no idea where I was. I was at the expo or something. I totally missed that event.
I didn't miss it because I had to close the roads.
So were you at the start line, Rich?
I was up the street, but yeah, I could see the start line.
Okay, so I gotta tell you, I love the start line of this event, and we have all the dogs. We got the Great Danes and the Chihuahuas and the Pit Bull and the Newfoundland. Is that what it is? And
it was a big dog.
All the
big dog.
Every type of doodle. Yeah, the Newfoundland looked like a grizzly bear, but all sweet dogs. The only one who gave a snarl this year was a little Chihuahua barking at the Great Dane, which was hilarious. But I switched things up because in 2019, when the iPad died at the Ruffalo Stampede, so for everyone's experience, we have normally live performers sing the anthem at all of our start lines. But at the Ruffalo Stampede, we don't traditionally have a live performer, so we play Leanne Rimes on the iPad, she does a beautiful job. But in 2019, Leanne Rimes got through "Oh Say Can You See." The iPad died, and I looked over and I saw it overheated, which meant it wasn't coming back on. And I had a choice to make. And what I chose to do is bring the microphone up and my horrible voice started singing the rest of the song. And I did this and everybody sang and it was beautiful. And so I just kind of decided that's our new tradition for Ruffalo Stampede. That's what we're going with. And especially because I think our country needs it. I think Americans need to be reminded of all the love and patriotism and all how good we are. And we've got a couple bad seats, but boy, the grand majority of us are pretty special. So I told everybody, I said, we're doing a patriotic sing along. And then I said, I need someone to sing the first 4 words. And I just looked at some guy. I go, you. And he had 2 poodle dressed fancy. And I said, you come here. What's your name? He said, Sean. I said, are you ready to sing? He goes, I don't have a good voice. I said, great. And I put the microphone and Sean belted out, "Oh, say can you see?" It was so brave and so special. Sean, if you're watching, I will love you forever for doing that. And then everybody sang, and it was magic. It was possibly my favorite part of the week. I keep saying that, but can you imagine? It's so special to have a sing along. It was awesome. Even the dogs loved it. The dogs were like, rah, rah, rah. Rockets right there. Okay, so enough of that. But it was awesome. High five to Sean and everyone else who sang. And then, that big 1K was a big deal. Rudy,
Was that a 1K?
was it a 1K? It was, or one block?
It was 1K. Yeah. Yep.
It was 1K. What was that?
That was my ringtone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the puppies were great. And as you said, Fitz, they were so well behaved. It's not necessarily surprising, but when you get that many dogs together, it's just normal that there's going to be a little tiff here or a little sniff there or whatever. And they're all so good. So hats off to all the owners, because we clearly have good owners, and the dogs were, and how many different breeds did we have? We had a ton. I mean,
Everyone.
Lots of mixes, lots of mutts, but
less than 100.
definitely was a good group.
And the lead dogs went by me when I was in Niagara Square. I saw the actual pass for the finish. They were flying, and I can't believe the one owner could actually keep up with this dog. That's how fast they were running.
Well, I heard that the front few guys were kind of serious about it, and they passed the shopper chopper.
Oh, did they?
You know what? I'm not. They may have. I just saw those dogs flying into Niagara Square and was like, that guy's going to pass him right at the last corner. And that's what happened.
Is there a prize for first place for the Ruffalo? No, you get the same
intrinsic value.
Milk bones.
Barking rights.
Barking.
First dog to the water pool?
Perhaps, yeah, before the other dogs get in there. And then the other great part about that event, or possibly the best part, is that the bark crawl is after. So people are encouraged to go down Chippewa and Franklin and eat, drink, be merry. But they have rescues, one rescue per bar or restaurant. And they had some really sweet puppies and dogs that needed a home. I'm hoping some of them did achieve that.
Well, we walked down there later. There was one bar that had about 4 or 5 rescues. I think it was the ones that had the pitties.
Yeah, and one of that, the Angel City Pitties or something. But one of the pit bulls had been shot. It was just a puppy.
Yeah,
6 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to rescue a dog who really could use a loving home, is it called Angel City Pitties?
That's LA. That's
okay.
LA.
Something City Pitties. What's the name?
Hold on. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. It's hard. I thought I had them on your script.
Oh man, he's
all
rough.
Right, it's Queen City Pity. So
good job.
Queen City Pity, please go adopt that dog that got shot. It's totally healthy now, but it had
and that, just to be clear to anybody looking who might be thinking about that dog was in great shape. That dog had been very well cared for. And that dog was a beautiful dog. That really was a
maybe
dog.
Brindle. I think it was Brindle. Was absolutely perfect, and it didn't actually look like pure pit. It looked like a mix. But yes, everyone, please go to Queen City Pitties and find that sweet dog a home, or give it a home, because it deserved it. And there was also Greg, Buffalo City Animal Shelter, Nickel City Canine Rescue, and Buddy's Second Chance Rescue. So all of the above. But that was great, and I hope they were very successful finding homes for some of those furry friends. What else did we have on Saturday?
Yoga.
We had yoga.
How did yoga go? I didn't see that.
Yoga has always been something we've offered, and we haven't gotten a real large showing of it, but they had a few bunch of people in the grand ballroom because it was wet outside, and they did their class and they were chilling. They had their music on, and I walked through. I got a t-shirt.
Nice.
And it was free. It's just one of those free events, and people can choose to go. They don't even need to sign up for that one. They can just show up. So, yeah.
So, Greg, I have to ask, what color are your favorite stretchy yoga pants? Go.
My favorite color yoga pants
that you like to wear. Your favorite stretchy.
Probably leopard.
Oh, good, leopard.
Great answer.
Black because they're slimming.
Yes, okay. I just was checking.
With the little side window panels.
Yeah.
You know what?
So I can see my phone through it.
I love that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys probably look so hot in your yoga pants. I can see it. So that, and we had the pasta dinner, and a lot of people ate the pasta. Rudy, you had some of that food. I missed it.
I did, and it was delicious. And your presentation was its usual stunning, starring, fantastic run through. A whole bunch of people accosted you for book purchases after, and who the Hyatt did that, right? Yeah, the Hyatt handled that.
Yep.
They did a real
did that first time at the Hyatt, which worked out really well.
They did a fine job. Good food, good mix of different offerings, and it was delicious.
Good.
Yep.
And
beer was included.
I didn't have the beer.
What type of beer was that, Greg?
It was Mile 27, built by another one of our sponsors, Flying Bison.
Very nice. Very nice. And they came through with gluten-free pasta, which someone asked for on last week's pre-race instructions show. So thanks for making that happen. Gluten-free is a big deal.
Thanks to the chef. Thanks to the chef at the Hyatt. Not only that, the pasta that was in the white sauce was also gluten-free. He made it gluten-free.
I'm so sorry I missed out on that. That sounds delicious. White sauce. Okay. All right.
Alfredo, I'm sorry. That's the word I was looking for.
Alfredo, yeah.
The Alfredo sauce was gluten-free. Really? Chef was incredible.
Well, I'm coming back to Buffalo to get me some gluten-free Alfredo.
There you go.
Next time. All right. And the brewery's getting a big plug. Okay. So everybody goes to bed super early Saturday night. Right, Rich?
I was sleeping by 6:30.
And then what time did you have to wake up? And if anybody doesn't know, Rich is the operations course side of race director. So he's got to be out there. What time did you wake up Sunday
I got
morning?
up at 1:45 and was on the road by 3:15, closing roads.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Early.
What were you doing for that hour and a half?
Dreading going outside at 3:15.
Really?
Actually, just laying there thinking over what I needed to do for the day.
Right.
It calms me.
Okay. And a little strategy by Rich Clark. Dina, we have a race that they always see. Is it a zombie or a ghost out on the road every year?
The Orange County Marathon. There's a ghost zombie that has appeared year after year.
That's very exciting. I know. It's almost exciting enough for me to wake up early to go over there to see the ghost, but
so Rich is responsible for all things race and all things safety, and there's not a person I would rather have in charge than him, and he does an incredible job. And even if he looks mean on race day, our goal is to get everybody home safe. So,
well, thank you, but there's a very, very large team that works to help make you safe, so it's not just me.
Very effective, thankfully, all of it. All right, so Sunday morning we start loading people up. How many athletes did we have on Sunday?
I think this year we ended up with 4,000. We got back to a normal 5,800 for the full weekend registration. So we had about 5,000 registered for Sunday. And it was really odd. We had about 500 defer out or injury or were no shows in packet pickup. And then of another 500 people or 400 people that picked up their bibs decided not to get up at 5:30 in the morning and come run.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it was interesting, but it still felt like a ginormous crowd to me watching them run by.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it doesn't only feel like a large crowd. It is a large crowd. However, there's no reason Buffalo shouldn't also have 20,000 athletes. It's capable. And yeah, I mean, you guys put on a wonderful enough experience that it deserves that kind of volume. Rudy?
And the same question. The course can handle much larger field. Is that correct, Rich?
Oh, very easily, very easy. We could double it without any issue. And then if we were to get up over, let's say 12 to 15,000, We just might have to wave start, but the course could definitely handle it.
Okay. No, there aren't any major pinch points or anything.
One right now, but if the race got bigger, I could change that very easily.
And then I mean, you know, we just had to deal with the reality of construction this year.
Oh
we
my.
know? Yeah, do you know if that construction will be done by next year? Do we have any idea? Most of it anyway, or a good part of it?
Well, there's 2 seasons in Buffalo, and one of them is construction. So your guess is as good as mine right now. I just sit on all those construction meetings, hoping they're going to be done. But I'm hoping next year that the front of the convention center will be done, as well as Franklin, so that we can have our normal size finish arch and easily fit all the people in there that we fit in there in the past.
They've been working on Franklin Street for 2 years. So
okay.
And they're this close to being done. They're this close.
You saw the tree they planted.
Yeah,
We sure did.
Yeah, we did.
That was a seed when it started.
Mental note: move announcer stage 6 feet forward.
Yes, please. Yes.
Please.
For everybody who is not in, our stage looks down. I don't know what the street.
Franklin Street.
Okay, it looks down Franklin, and we can see the runners coming, and that's how we can call your name, and we can just see the champions coming towards us. And they planted a couple trees directly in our line of sight. So the whole time at the finish line, Rudy and I were leaning past each other. I finally just got off the stage. Enough.
Yeah, there was that, and the major speaker array pointing right at us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so going back to the start line, I thought everybody was delightful at the start. We had a lot of fun. We had many moments of silence to recognize the victims of the shooting at Tops in Buffalo, which I thought was a lovely thing to do. Greg?
I put it on the script. I didn't give any cues to how it should be done, and I couldn't have asked for a better remembrance than what you and Rudy put forth. You know, it was incredible. In fact, I was contacted by a national news organization out of Chicago for video, and shame on me, I didn't have any. You know, everybody was being respectful and stuff, and I've been unable to find video of that. So if anybody has video of it and can send it to rd@buffalomarathon.org, that would be great. You guys did a phenomenal job honoring the victims. I mean, I had tears in my eyes.
Thank you.
It was nice. It was really nice. It was they deserved their names. And science says once you say something, or once a sound is uttered, it keeps going forever. It keeps going forever. It just goes through the universe. So
and for those who weren't there, and I wouldn't put them on the spot, but I mean, we would ring a bell and they would read, they being Fitz and Rudy, they would read the person's name, their age, and their hometown. And it just was at the right pace, and it was just incredible.
Yeah, the whole thing's very, very sad, but you know, it's very sad, but it was important to the community, I think. And you know, our job, your mission is to bring health, joy, generosity to your community, and you do that. And the joy part can't be lost, because there's some sadness too. But
and you're following a timeline here as you go through, and we bounce back and forth backwards a little. But in addition to remembering the victims, we had given everybody red ribbons to wear that wanted to don them, and we also, and again, this was not Rich's idea or my idea. A runner emailed me at the beginning of the week and said, what about ribbons? We know, I've since learned that orange is for gun violence. And I talked to Tops about that after we ordered 7,500 red ribbons. I did, because Tops is red. So there was some symbolic meaning to that. But we also hosted a food drive at this runner's request. And not only did she, her name was Nikki. I don't know her last name. I called Rich with this food drive that we started, Rich, 7 days before. And I said, Rich, what do you think about a food drive? And he said, great idea, as long as I don't have to manage it. So we've never had a food drive. I've never done a food drive. I've never managed it. And we took it upon not stressing our race staff out. And Nikki, this teacher from Kenmore East, got a whole bunch of her students and her own kids involved, and they signed up and they manned it on Saturday. And it was incredible. I enlisted my girlfriend to go down there for 3 hours, and we filled up 16 of those big watermelon totes of food. It was moving. I saw one runner come in, and she had so much food they had to give her a hand cart and come in loading dock.
Nice.
And so we had those 16 totes of food, and we went through the pallets that we had left over, and I talked to Tops. They donated all the Gatorade and water we had left over. So that was another 4 or 6 pallets of stuff that we sent to Feed More. And then another sponsor, Aqua from Talking Rain, we had 2 pallets left over, and I called them and they said, send them to Feed More. So, and then we had 3 pallets of grab and go boxes left over. They went to Feed More. So I'm guessing that the total poundage we collected in just over 9 hours is going to be somewhere north of 35 or 40,000 pounds.
It's incredible.
Wow.
And I think what's missing in that story is the food will go to the people who live in the community where the shooting took place. Their grocery store is now shut down. If they don't have a vehicle to travel yonder to a far place to get groceries, they're kind of stuck. And so this food, these beverages will be going to nourish people in that community who no longer have access to their grocery store. And Lord knows when it will either be renovated or rebuilt, or something new will come in its place. So,
and the only thing I would add to that is for everybody, I mean, if you have an idea, don't be afraid to act on it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we didn't think about it. Somebody else did. And out of that idea, with a little bit of effort and not much effort. I mean, we were fortunate. We had 6,000 people coming to us, right? They came to us. All we did was ask them to bring something. So, all you got to do is try, whether it's 10 pounds or 100 pounds, every little bit helps.
Well, kudos. It was a great effort and very successful too. So congratulations to everyone who spearheaded that. So we did our tribute, and then we had a heck of a lot of fun at the start. I thought our athletes were rowdy and happy, and they brought tons of joy. And the only sad part of the day is when they all leave.
Well, and I always because everybody knows me, I like the pyro. And we've been doing this now for years. In fact, Matt called me today to ask me how I was doing, and I pulled up pictures. I should have done more work for you. I mean, I need more time to prep for this than 2 days. But when we started and I first met Matt, he came with a little box like this of fireworks, right? And then the following year it got a little bigger. And this year it was twice as big as it was in 19. In fact, I ran into one of his guys. He goes, "You're going to just keep doubling this?" And I went, I don't know. I just say, Matt, fireworks. And lo and behold, here they come.
Well, and it's not just fireworks when we yell go. It's also fireworks when our anthem singer sings Rockets Red Glare. So there's a double dose of excitement.
And bombs bursting in air.
Oh, maybe that's it. And bombs.
And both.
You know what?
Yep.
It felt like it just kept going on. Strangely enough, as these fireworks are literally blasting over my head, I never saw them at all because I was so busy managing everything on the stage. I never looked up and saw any of the fireworks. Is that a shame? What a pity, right?
That's okay. Because we started with the anthem and we did that, and then we had the stuff on the arch, which you can see on our homepage, which always creates an incredible picture. But somewhere between the anthem and the arch, where you guys have a couple minutes, Matt is now creating a fireworks show. In that time, it just keeps going and going. And so,
yeah, it's really uptown. It's okay. And we're going to go there too. But there's a lot of really high end components of the Buffalo Marathon that you're not getting at other races. Like Big Sur's got the classical pianist. You don't have that. You don't have the bridge and the mountain. Fine. But you've got all these other things that are really uptown, significant, worth traveling across the country for. So,
Rich, we do run past Kleinhans. Do you think we can get the BPO out there? Let me put that on my list. Hold on.
I know someone.
If you ask, if you try.
Yeah, in Symphony Circle, Klein Hands is to the runner's right as they're making a left onto North, which is at about mile 24.6, maybe.
Okay.
We will do our best to make that happen next year for you, Fitz.
Okay. Okay, great.
Because we do have Joanne Folletta, who is the conductor? You're the music guy, Rich, right?
Yeah.
She's world renowned. Have they won Grammys, haven't they? I think they've won a couple Grammys.
I don't know about that.
Of course they have.
Show my ignorance here of what our BPO has.
Hey, also we're getting a comment from Sean Matlock, came all the way from Brea, California, and fell in love. So, and he did the full experience. He had the full tour of Niagara Falls with all the cool stuff. So Sean will be back. He's one of our team noisy loyalists, and we love him.
He's one of the best traveled runners I know.
Yeah. He has a great taste in races. Taste in races. Oh, and this is another great compliment from Jerry Lynn Marie. The huge flag that was up between the fire trucks was awesome to run under, brought tears. Yeah, there's a lot of patriotism, and that's a perfect feature for Memorial Day weekend, right?
So there's history to that flag. Would you like to hear it?
Of course.
I used to be in charge of the start line or the finish line and the start line. And I called the Buffalo News one day and I said, I have a great idea. I'm going to have the shot for the front page. Big flag, runners running under it on Niagara Square. And they said, great idea. I called the fire department. They sent their best photographer, who is the guy who since has given me the 12,000 pictures and has taken all kinds of iconic shots.
Jim McCoy
of the Bills, the Allen leaping and Diggs watching Kansas City. He shows up. He used to take my kids in sports in high school, but he shows up. He goes, firemen want to know where the flag is.
Dope.
I said, what? And they go, yeah, they're looking for the flag. And I said, they don't have, what do they want me to produce? A 20 by 30 foot flag from where? And so we lost the shot, and that was sad. But the next year, I don't know. Let me see if I have it. I don't know if you can say it. Can you see this on the screen? I actually have the first shot, and that was 2013. The marathon actually went out and purchased that flag for the fire department, and it's been used in funerals, processions, every race in Buffalo. In fact, I was thinking we got to look at it, and we might need to buy him another one. It might be time to replace that one.
What about the big old flag at the start and the finish line? Because you can't have enough.
The problem with that is the big old trucks that have to hold it up.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to figure out a way to hold it up. We'll assign Rudy.
Yeah, great. Don't do that.
String it up between the buildings.
I know. The parachuters will hold it up. Skydivers.
What about paratroopers? Just through the whole race, they're just dropping.
Yes. The G.I. Joe men.
Mm-hmm. Yes to that. Okay.
So,
and
that would be really cool, though.
It's a great idea.
I think it's cool, too.
I hope Joe's not watching.
Yes to paratroopers. Okay, so people take off. I heard the course was fantastic. Tons of community support. Tons of great signs. What did you guys hear from the course? Or Rich, what did you see since you were out there?
I heard that they love the weather was cooperating this year. The temperature was low, was overcast for a large part of the day. Plenty of ice, plenty of water, plenty of Gatorade. They just really enjoyed themselves out there. Seeing the different parts of the community, which is nice because we go into the waterfront. We go onto the west side. We're all over the place. We go by the Sullivan that is finally almost floating.
Not sinking.
Yes.
What is the Sullivan?
Sullivan there's a naval museum there that the Sullivan, they're getting ready to repair it, and it finally rusted through so that it actually sank and was sitting on the bottom, and then they repaired it and they're pumping the water out to get it floating again. So it's a Navy museum.
Okay.
And you have to read the story of the Sullivan brothers. I think it's from Indianapolis. I'm texting. I think there were 5 of them that enlisted in World War II.
I love that. Okay.
Oh, that's a huge story. That's a big deal.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the Sullivan brothers. Yeah. Oh, it just popped into my head and I remembered. Okay, Fitz, go ahead.
Okay, so we've got some great comments here. Tim Patton, who's a great story. We got to talk about Tim in a moment. Just can't say enough about the water and mid stops. Great shade for the first 6 miles. And Galco says the people with sprinklers were her angels. Yep. Nikki Tamburino loved the wet sponges.
That's my girl Nikki. She told me she's gonna have me on her podcast. We'll see.
As she should. She should have us all on her podcast. Okay, so yeah, the sponges are really popular here. Everyone's like, yep, sponging. Kim Sharoff, beautiful neighborhoods, lovely tree cover. Oh, hold on. Okay. You're getting a good evening, Rudy. Hey, Rudy. And then, okay, Brian, we're working on it. In fact, I tried to get headbands, Brian, but they were trickier than it sounds. The live discussion about headbands with the buffalo. So
look at Rich.
But we wanted to get plastic headbands with the horns so every runner could have it and you could run with a plastic headband. But there was a factory in China and they just kept making the horns in the wrong shape. And I was like, we can't get people like devil horns. They need to be real buffalo horns. So I still want to do that for next year.
So Brian, you have to understand some things take a while in this race to percolate. You know, it may not be this year. It may not be next year, but I wouldn't say it would never be. The diaper dash took a couple years to happen until my daughter got pregnant. We decided we were going to have a dog race. Then my one daughter was graduating. I said, I'm not leaving. There's no dog race this year till I can be there. So some of this stuff takes time.
That's right. Next year.
Some things surprise you that Rich just throws in.
Yep, sometimes.
All right, so we're getting more course cheers. The sponges were the best. Also, the man giving out orange juice totally helped her to the finish line. You know what I love is how runners we will take.
Next, Rich, were we giving out freeze pops now?
I think that's like a person giving it out, a resident.
Yeah, that's a private party.
We were. The neighbors came out and were giving out freeze pops.
That's right.
Yeah. There was also a resident giving out shots, I heard, on the course.
I did hear that.
That is not uncommon at our races. We hear a lot of Jello shots and stuff.
We've had Buffalo, like Rich said, the course has moved around because of construction, but we've been very lucky. And Rich can probably say how many years. I want to guess 10 years now on this course. We've been overseeing it for 7. So, and I know it was in place before we took over. So it's 8, 9, or 10 years old. So the neighborhoods have adopted it. They know it's coming. So
mile 8, shot of whiskey. Okay.
Pat Dalton knows it was whiskey at mile 8.
Yeah, Pat, for sure.
Okay, so I love the fact that people are out there having fun for their half or full marathon, or because having fun is part of the deal. You know, yes, we want to be fit and run fast or slow, but have a good time. Definitely. Okay. One of the things I wanted to talk about, we knew was going to happen in advance. Athlete, full marathoner Madison Mayer did not know that her boyfriend, Chris Nolan, was planning to propose to her at the finish line. And so Chris up and we're looking for Madison and queued up my Marry Me song that we play for proposals, and a glimpse at this adorable couple. So he down right at the finish line and she said yes, by the way. Look at that.
Aww.
Imagine just getting done running a full marathon, and she ran it pretty quick too. And now this. But there's video of it I would have played, but her sister-in-law, his sister, was screaming so loud the whole time. I thought it might not be a good addition to the show, but we made a match.
And we have to give props out. In fact, I ran into them later in the day, and they thanked us. But Randy, our guy in charge of security, got the whole family into the finish line. They were all standing there waiting and
screaming.
So, yet another thing. We got to do the whole weekend over. That's another one I missed.
It was absolutely fantastic. Rudy?
Just more special moments. It's always great when we can, have something memorable like that happen.
There she is, right there.
Oh, is she there? There she.
Yeah.
There. Yes. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, I have personal experience with proposals during races. So anyway,
how did that work out?
Didn't work out so good.
Oh no.
She said yes, but it would have been better if she said no. But that's okay.
All right, but this one is built to last. And what's so cute is Madison the week prior, when we reached out in the live show, we're like, hey, come say hi. And she did. She said, hey, you said to say hi, so I'm saying hi. So it was really cute to see her special moment and to see her get engaged. And so Madison, happy camper, best day ever. She will be back in Buffalo. And then her soon-to-be husband, huge
there
shout
he
out.
is. Yeah.
He was busy, but took time to make it special. It's fantastic.
Team effort. Be nice. We've done a couple of proposals at the finish line right now, and I don't know if they're all watching. It'll be interesting to see who brings the first, diaper dash participant.
Right, exactly.
Wow. We did request, I don't know if Madison and Chris heard it, but we did say you could get married here next year and then bring the babies in the years to come.
I actually, unbeknownst to Rich, I was talking to them and I said, we do have about 30 minutes between the start of the race and the finish of the race. We could probably marry you at the finish line next year if you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. Rudy and I could officiate.
That would be different.
Yeah.
Do it all. There's nothing we can't do, right? All you got to do is ask.
That's right. Careful.
Yeah, careful. That's right.
Lisa Heggie, I'm glad you had a great time, Lisa. And then Madison's getting some love. Oh, okay. Chris, he's biased like Greg. He didn't do any running. Yeah, you really hit a home run there. But you came out with one spectacular runner. She's amazing. So good choice, Chris.
How did he catch her?
Huh?
How he caught her.
Yeah.
He's running pretty fast.
Yeah, he'd probably say he was marrying up, right? Although I think he's adorable. She might disagree, but so that was pretty spectacular. And then Tim Patton had said hello earlier. I wish I had some pictures of Tim, but he is a sergeant with the Cleveland Police Department. And I met him in Fargo last year, but he came to run the Coast Guard Marathon I was announcing in March. And his goal was to break 4 hours. He's like, I just want to break 4 hours. And when people tell me that stuff, I start looking for him. Well, he showed up at 3:40. He broke his goal by 20 minutes in North Carolina. So that was crazy. And he came back to Buffalo with another goal on his mind, and he shaved 4 more minutes off that time. So 3:36. He's the PR king lately, and he wants to qualify for Boston. So he's going to come run whatever marathon I'm announcing next.
And our water director, John Bottoms, I was talking to his wife right before registration closed, because some of these people and my friends, they always call me after registration closes. And I tell them, no, you can't get in. I was like, Aubrey, are you going to run? Well, I'm on the fence. I can't decide between the half and the full. I said, run the full. And then John called me. He said, are you crazy? They have 4 young children. He goes, I'm busy that day. She PR'd. She didn't PR, but she qualified for Boston.
Wow.
Unexpected. After 8 weeks, she had not done any marathon training.
That's incredible.
Beast.
What a fit person. Yeah, we had so many PRs. That PR bell was super busy. And Rudy, remember, people were making the PR face. And so we have the bird's eye view and people would cross and be like, you could just see it. Was that a PR? Yeah.
I love that. I love the PR face. That's excellent. Yeah. And that bell was busy. That bell is in really good shape because it lasted through the whole day. We've had other PR bells break. But that PR bell was going all day, and that was totally awesome.
Yeah,
totally awesome.
It's a great course for anyone who wants to PR or qualify for Boston, for sure. That would be interesting to know that statistic, how many of our athletes qualified on Sunday.
I don't know that number, but I know a lot PR or qualify every year. It's very high. I haven't looked at it in a while. I just know the bell's always ringing, and the course is fast.
Yeah.
Our record is 2:15 and change.
2:15:59.
Yeah. Records are solid. Records are solid, both on the men's and women's side.
Yeah.
And of course we had Lucas McEnany going for a record this year, and he came up a little short on the marathon, but are you kidding me? First overall pushing a stroller.
That's right.
It's a shame his son Sutton beat him.
Yeah, right. And his son
while
beat
asleep.
him.
He was asleep while beating him.
He ran out of Cocoa Puffs.
He was asleep. And yeah.
Yes.
That was amazing. 2:33 pushing a stroller. You know, okay, it's not a record. It's amazing. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone who doesn't already know, Lucas McEnany was trying to break the Guinness World Records, and it would have been 2:31 he had to break.
Yeah, 2:31 and change. Yeah.
And so he did not break that record. He told me his legs just gave out at 23, which doesn't sound like they actually gave out, but yeah, he won overall champion. Like 5K, we had the women win overall. Sunday, we had a dude pushing a stroller win the flipping Buffalo Marathon. Incredible.
Well, there's video on WKBW from the news that recorded it. That's really interesting. They have that low shot of the runners going up the street from the start. And Rich and I looked at Rich at one point. I said, "Where's the stroller?" And he said, "I don't know." Well, he never came to us, and he was in the crowd. He was back about 5 or 6 people. And in this video, you're watching these runners go up a block or two, and then all of a sudden you see Lucas run by with a stroller right past the camera like a bat out of hell. And my daughter texted me from mile 6. She goes, "I just saw the stroller. He's in 5th place." And at the end of the race, after we gave him the trophy, I was talking to the women that won, and I said to the lead woman, "Did you see the stroller?" And she said, "Yeah," as he was running away from me. I couldn't keep up.
Well, he averaged about 5:07 a mile. I mean, come on.
It's incredible.
Come on.
He should have a sponsorship deal with his baby jogger. You know,
really, or Huggies or something. Pampers.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, do you happen to have any of the Champions trophies at home with you? They were pretty fantastic.
I did up until about 8 o'clock this morning. They are now being engraved. In fact, Lucas, these are those funny behind the scenes stories, right? I mean, the 3rd place man didn't come back, so we gave him the 1st and 2nd, and then I go back to give the women their trophies, and they go, "Wait, this says male." And it's, "What do you mean it says male?" And I'm starting looking. Well, Lucas and the 2nd place guy put them down. They didn't know they were allowed to take them. They thought they were too nice.
Oh.
So now we got to ship them.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're bronze buffaloes. They're
sculptures.
So cool.
Yeah, those are really cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Yeah,
so.
That's another thing worth coming for. So Debbie Marks from Wisconsin, her and her husband Brian came in from Wisconsin, home of the squeaky cheese. She enjoyed spectating. And Kim paced Sean Matlock. So Kim's from Long Island. Sean's from California. She paced him to a most recent personal best. Okay. Brian's telling people to come BQ. And then, okay. Does the baby win? I don't think so. Baby you have to be registered to win.
The baby was unregistered. Now I have a problem with that.
No. The baby was registered.
All right.
Actually, he was, because his name came up on
showed
our
up. That's right. It did. It came ahead of Lucas's. That's right. It did.
Rich and I talked about that and said we really need a waiver for that baby. And then Rich called me and said, "The baby's wearing a helmet, right?" And I said, "I don't know." And I called Lucas, and he goes, "Well, he doesn't normally wear a helmet, but if that's what we need, he will be wearing a helmet." And as I walked around the course, and anybody who's a parent, I started thinking about this. Here this guy is running for a world record. And he's got his 2.5-year-old. That's going to take 2.5 hours. Yeah. He's put a 2-year-old. He put a 2-year-old in a stroller for 2.5 hours, right?
Good baby.
a good baby. I mean, I don't think my kids would have lasted 2.5 minutes. Now, I did look in the stroller, and he was literally almost out of Cocoa Puffs. I don't know if he was eating the Cocoa Puffs or Sutton was, and I don't know how he was getting Sutton the Cocoa Puffs. So
it's a very exciting and surprising win. That definitely was a highlight of the day. Dominic Holmes, great first half. Love the vibe. Yeah, we can't wait for you to come back, Dominic. Yeah, we had so many happy people. And then for me, my favorite part of the race is the back of the pack.
And at the back of the pack, okay, at the very, very, very back, the last runner, Laura Carney, was escorted by an AMR tech. I thought, when I saw that happening, I thought, the tech just, came a couple hundred yards or whatever. And Laura got back to me and said she ran with her and encouraged her for 4 miles.
Wow.
And that tech had work boots on. The tech's name is Stephanie. Yep. I don't have a last name, but what a rock star. And Laura just went on and on about how fantastic Stephanie was and how encouraging she was. So AMR, Stephanie with AMR, you are absolutely fabulous. Thanks for doing that for our runners. And that was really cool.
Welcome to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I think that our final finisher came in pretty quickly compared to most years. I mean, quite often there's someone way out there. Not this year. They came in a timely manner.
Yeah, Laura's time was 6:32, and I think we had what do you think, about 8, 9, 10 minutes of people starting, and so she would have started at the back. People did really, really well with our fairly strict time limit, because we had to open the roads and take things down.
Yeah.
And we've had some people in years past that have taken 7.5, 8 hours, and we've been fortunate that police or whatever. We had a guy wearing a Darth Vader mask one day, and it was very hot.
Jeez.
AMR stayed with him, and even though the course is in 6 hours, we don't, we close in 6 hours and the road's open, but we're there with the timer running and your medal when you finish, as long as we're still picking up, and that takes a little while.
Yes. So right as we were getting to the 6 hour mark, I was trolling around the finish line chute, and people started asking, like, how long will you stay? How long will you stay? We'll stay as long as it takes for the most part. I said, I will stay until they cut off my sound and take away timing. We'll be here. But someone will be here, and they'll get their medals. But we had a bunch of great, loyal fans that stuck around to the end, which is always very appreciative. Again, I think the last person is even more exciting than the first. So it's wonderful when people take the time to support those people, maybe doing their first, right? Those back of the packers have those life-changing finish lines. It's cool to witness.
And great after party. Oh my gosh. The after party on Chippewa, that was crazy.
Well, that was the after party, because the thing that amazes me in the convention center, we give people these boxes now. We still have trouble. We get about half the pack to go upstairs to the convention center party. In the upstairs of the convention center, we have signs and everything, and then people go, there was a party upstairs? Yeah. There's a party upstairs, great DJ, great music, free beer. There's pizza up there, and people are having a good time up there, rocking away. But you're right. This was the first year Rich and I have worked with the Chippewa Alliance to try to get them to bracket our event. We got the Friday event, and they threw down the Sunday event as part of their concert series, and they started at 2:30 in the afternoon, and we were still picking up, and it went until 9, and they had a local band, cover band. I got to get this right now.
Nerds Gone Wild.
Nerds Gone Wild. I almost said Revenge of the Nerds. I didn't
have the script.
Nerds Gone Wild, and they were my one daughter had never seen them, and now I think she's a Nerds groupie and is going to go see them. Well, actually, Matt, the pyro guy, said he was doing another show with them, and my daughter said, I'll be there. So we did finish the weekend on Sunday, the way we started it, with one heck of a fireworks show from Matt, and the plan is to do it again next year. So come to Buffalo. We start on Friday night and go long into Sunday night.
Yeah, and kudos for those fireworks. They were big time Sunday night.
They
I watched
were.
from my hotel room.
They were exceptional. I mean, I was blown away. It was a big time fireworks show. It wasn't just a bunch of, skyrockets and stuff. It was huge.
Yeah, I talked to Matt and I said, what do you got planned for tonight? And he said, well, first he said 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I said, let's do 10 minutes. And I saw him in the morning. I said, what do you got planned for tonight? He goes, I've got some heavy hitters coming up tonight. So I was like, okay, let's go.
Well, I kept thinking it was the finale. I was like, well, clearly this is the end because this is so much. And then it wasn't. And then there was another time I was like, clearly this is the finale. The whole thing looked like a finale. It was awesome.
How long have you known us?
When did I start at 2015?
Wow.
2016?
Yeah, we don't do anything. We bring it.
Well, when Fitz told me that the show was 10 minutes, I was shocked. That show went on and on and on and on. That was incredible. Excellent. 5 stars, 5-star fireworks show. Who is the vendor?
And Matt
who takes care of that?
And Matt from Skylar's was super excited because he had a bunch of new product that he wanted to show us.
He did.
Yeah,
Matt said Matt loves the weekend. Rich and I met Matt doing this, and he's become a very good friend. And like all of our vendors, we can't thank our vendors and sponsors enough. They are part of the family. This is all about community for us. And at the end of the day, the runners have a great experience. The volunteers have a great experience. We raised over $145,000 for GVI and Buffalo General Cardiac Care. We'll give another $50,000 out to the volunteers and grants that supported the race. We got, let's call it, over 40,000 pounds of food and another 7,500 to children's with 150 bags. Not a bad 3-day event, to make a difference in the community.
Yeah, a lot of goodness accomplished as you set out to do. Health, joy, generosity, check every time.
Make a difference. Be kind.
Mm-hmm. All right. So someone's asking, where is the volunteer party?
And will Fitz and Rudy come back for it? Fitz and Rudy are welcome to come back for it on their dime. And the volunteer party is, does anybody want to take a guess? It's by our beer vendor that makes mile 27.
And where is that?
Flying Bison over on Seneca Street in Buffalo. And Tim Herzog and Try It Distributors.
When is it, Greg?
They have not set a date. Tim is actually having shoulder surgery. Okay. So the date has not been set. I'm hoping it's going to be in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
All right. And so Rudy and I have to pay our own way to come to it. Rudy, what do you think?
I'm going to start running right now.
If you run from California to Buffalo and you have to prove you ran,
you'll pay my way back.
I'll pay your way to the airport. I'll pay for your Uber.
Halfway back.
It sounds like Fitz and Rudy will not be
probably
on your party.
It was, it really was just an exceptional weekend all the way around. I was looking at a lot of the social media. Now, this is nothing against any volunteers anywhere else, because the volunteers are, so important and such the heartbeat of everything that's going on. But I saw more comments from people that ran about the volunteers than I think I've ever seen from a race this size. They were just, saying the volunteers just went over and above and were just incredible. So you guys really wrangled a bunch of amazing people. I don't know if there were groups from particular businesses or schools or whatever, but the volunteers just got rave reviews.
I think, Rudy, that comes back to the sense of community in Buffalo. When we say we give out grants, we give out 35, they're $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 to these smaller organizations. And so 35 or 40 different groups that have come out and supported us. And, you always hear, you're only as good as the weakest link, or strong as the weakest link. And everybody is critical to this race. We're all a family and it's a community. And, I was taught years ago as I took over this race that every city can have one marathon. We have ours. We just happen to be fortunate enough to be the stewards of it at this point in time. So, and when we leave it to somebody else, we want to leave it in better shape than we found it.
Well, I think you've elevated it every year, and it's a blessing to be a part of this for all of us. So a reminder to everyone that registration is already open. These will be the guaranteed best prices of the entire year. You can register for the 5K, half, full, relay. You can register for multiple events. We would love for you to do that. Ruffalo Stampede, kids and babies, get involved. I mean, we want 100% participation from Buffalo, and then New York, and then everybody else too. This really should be triple the size because it's that good. It's that worthy of people jumping on a plane to come to Buffalo. And then all the gorgeous gear, the shirts, the tanks, the hoodies, the jackets, all the stuff that you might not have been able to get this weekend because it's sold out quickly because it was so fabulous. You can get it online now at buffalomarathon.org. Rich, is there anything you would like to add?
Thanks for coming to Buffalo. We appreciate your support. We look forward to seeing you back in 2023.
Rudy?
You know what? Great race. And back to sense of community. Of course, you and I go all over the United States. We're in many, many cities, many, many towns. And I would put the sense of community and the feeling of community at Buffalo toward the very, very top of that list. It really feels like that. And the city embraces the event. Good job, guys. Thank you, Buffalo.
And Greg?
Go Bills.
Of course.
It's time to smash tables, right?
Time to smash tables.
Oh, I should have set a table up.
I just checked registration. We're too shy of 100 right now.
Nice.
So
spectacular. Well, I can't wait to come back next year. I love it. I love all the people. I love the hugs. I love the sweetness. There was just so much goodness, and that's why I like to be a part of it.
The really fun thing for me is we've already got one baby registered in the diaper dash.
Yay!
That baby born yet?
And 14 kids in the kids race. Those two events, by the way, are free. So I told a friend of mine who missed registration. I texted him today and I said, registration's open. I know who you should register. It's free. So there's no reason to wait. If you have a 3-year-old that's going to do the race right now, we're up to 8. Go register them now. We're more than happy to sell it out by tomorrow.
Yeah, and if we sell it out, I will whine and kick and scream to try to get more room for more babies and dogs and kids.
There you go.
Trust me, if it sells out, I will push and nudge these fine gentlemen on the bottom half of the screen to get more because they're so good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it. Congratulations on a spectacular weekend. We love you all. And if you haven't done so already, follow Buffalo Marathon on Facebook, on Instagram. You can follow me on Fitzness. Rudy's on Facebook. Rich and Greg, do you want them to follow you or just follow your race?
They can follow the race and they can watch in the coming weeks. We'll be putting out the numbers, the final numbers as we actually get to them of what difference this race has made in the community. Because I think everybody should share in that success.
I agree.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right.
See you next year.
Good night. Love you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.